What's good, everybody? You know I gotta keep a smile on my face regardless of the times. I hope you're doing the same. Happy Easter weekend, though. It's Good Friday, and I got a very special piece to share with y'all. Yeah. So, I just uploaded a process video to this whole thing from start to finish. Hope you can check it out. Let me know what you think. Light, life, and love. Bison, baby.
And so it begins. I already have my canvas primed with this really cool, drippy, marbly effect. And I'm starting off with a cathedral-style mandala. And using my paints, I'm just gesturing out the basic figures of that mandala, which kind of look like a clock. So, dividing up my circle into these pieces and these portions, using a mid-tone, and then I'm going to bring out different highlights for the different design aspects. So each part of this structure I'm going to do in different colors. That way it's easier to read as I build from it. And this is going to be the background. We're going to move from the background up into the foreground in layers. And now I'm dropping in our darkest shade, which looks a lot like black, but it's actually not. It's a mix of 3 different colors: burnt umber, dioxazine purple, and ultramarine blue. I actually don't use black in any of my paintings. I kind of borrow from the Impressionists, who believe that black doesn't exist in nature, so I use it. And I agree with them. I think it flattens out an image kind of naturally. Yeah, we got our cathedral mandala done. That's the first layer of the background, so now we can step up to the COVID-19 virus cell. Using the same palette here, building from dark to light, giving it almost a halo effect. Breaking out the baby brush to get these nice little details of the tentacles on the cell. Kind of interesting how it emulates the mandala itself, right? And I'm going to keep on building this way, moving in a clockwork motion so I don't drag my hand across the paint. Steady hand, steady eye. Yes, sir. Another one done. And you can see now why I work from the back to the front in layers. It'd be crazy to try to get this all done in a one-shot kill kind of strategy. And now we get to move to the fun part, gesturing in the figures of Michelangelo's Pietà, which he created in 1498. It's wild to think that a piece from 500 years ago is making its reappearance in 2020, huh? And the same idea, working in layers, moving from a mid-tone to gesture out the figures. Once I like what I see, I'm going back in here with a lighter shade to really start to highlight and build the forms. So my technique of painting is to not get over-obsessed or hung up on any specific part. I move in values of light, so here I'm moving with shadow and using the same color evenly, spreading the love, and that gives it a nice, realistic cast of lights and darks. And here you can see that the image is really starting to pop forward. From here I'll add different hues of like a light purple, mid-tones, and that'll start bringing out our figure to the front. So with the Pietà and I, it was love at first sight. I've been obsessed with this piece ever since I've seen it, and to be honest, have it in the back of my mind when creating any art. I think the mix between emotion, spirituality, and just the raw inspiration it gives us is something to aspire for. Michelangelo will always have my respect for this one. And the concept for this piece came to me in a meditation, and the realization that all this coronavirus business was happening around a very spiritual time for humanity, starting with Ash Wednesday, moving into Passover, even Buddha Day was a couple days ago. And here we are, Good Friday 2020, the world's in quarantine, and still people are observing the crucifixion of Jesus Christ, a figure who is beyond legend for sacrificing his life for humanity. Now, I won't get into my own spiritual journey. Trust me, that would take at least an hour. But I think there's a universal tie this piece holds just as much as there's a universal bond that we're all experiencing with this virus. And here, we have Mary holding her fallen son, but still retaining a sense of grace, a ray of hope, and faith, knowing that he will be resurrected again. And that's a very powerful message that we can all carry forward right now. We face troubling times, but we will be resurrected better, closer to each other, closer to the planet, and of course, closer to God. We have to keep the faith. Keep light, life, and love in your heart. If this is a test, I know we're going to pass.